I'm Craig from Each Confide, and we're doing something a little bit different here, something that we've not done for any of our tracks before, but maybe something that you'll be interested to if you're loving our new single, which I'm going to walk you through the process and how the track went about from being really just an idea that started in my head, then something that I gave to Chris in a very, very small form, and we built it up from there to the way it sounds in your headphones right now. So, let's go through it. No better place to start than the start. I'd found a drum, which I really liked. It's so basic. I don't know why it connected with me. No real particular reason why that drum, I couldn't tell you what it was. Just when I heard it, I thought we're not used to having very simplistic, very soft, very open drum beats, which we can build on. I think that must have been the reason why I thought that's the one to go for. But many of our songs will start with the drums, because it's the sort of entire energy behind the track. If you get your drums wrong, it can completely change the feeling, the tone of the song. So when I heard these drums, I just thought they sounded really nice and airy, nice and open, kind of drum machiney a little bit, if you get what I mean. The first thing that you hear in the track is that sample. So this sort of reverberating guitar, almost like the two of them are bouncing off each other. Yeah, it makes it feel that little bit expansive, makes it feel that little bit wide. If you go back to maybe a track like that track sounds very, very centred, very, very focused. Sometimes it's great to have a song which is punchy and straight down the middle. Also, you kind of want to do the other side of the coin and make things a little bit wide, make them a bit more expansive. And then the guitar, which comes in, which I'll let you hear just on its Todd. Also, nothing too complicated. You know, it's not. We didn't want to make this really, really overly complicated. We wanted it to be wide, simple, subtle. So I'm going to play you those three parts together. And that's sort of your verse. That's what you hear most of all when I'm singing on the track. But maybe the kind of little subtle parts in the background which might be missed by you. So this is kind of the only bass that you get in the track, and I don't think that you would call it very bassy. It's just this little stack, this kind of swaying, these high vocal parts over the top, which I guess is probably the best way to also show the other little vocal chops that you'll hear in the track. So you can hear they're really, really messy. Even put on the metronome, forget the drum, we'll put on the metronome, you can hear how messy they are. Again, it's all this sort of idea of wideness, freedom, sort of expansive. That's sort of what we'd went for here. This doesn't really fit either. Now, I can't remember where this acoustic guitar came from. I think it might have been the start of another track, which never even got off the ground. I am sure that this is the start of another track, which we probably just sat there and went, that's a bit boring, isn't it? But what I'll do is I'll let you hear the music minus the drums, and maybe you can get a bit more of what I'm trying to say about this solid basis, still keeping it quite wide though, but a more chaotic sense in the top end. Now, actually, I would say that the guitar, I would say that's actually holding it together and maybe makes it sound a little bit less chaotic. So that is the kind of feeling that we wanted for the track. What you hear there that is the feeling we wanted for the track. again, you've got these lovely bits over the top, but by giving a very simplistic driving drum kit and a sort of arpeggiating guitar over the top, you centre that focus in a little bit. So this is pretty much the basis of the track. Lovely stuff. We're going to go up to the kind of silly end of this track. So this will be Chris.
Nowhere to go, your mind's in trouble.
So I'm going to put on my harmony at the top. So I've got quite a good ear for harmonies. It's not as if that this one is all that complex. But this is what Chris and I will try and do with most of our tunes. If it's me who's singing the main thrust of it, then it's Chris who's going to go there and try and figure out how he can use his voice to bolster that up a little bit, and vice versa.
No need to lie, you're in denial, think you need a second, let's work this out, just you and I.
So pretty much in this chorus, this is my job.
Nowhere to go.
That's all I do. So this one
Nowhere to go.
is just an octave down. And then coming out of your left ear, you're going to get the higher 12.
Nowhere to go, your mind's in trouble.
So this just sort of thickens up Chris's vocals a little bit, and rather than doing something like doubling it or, you know, multiple takes over the top of it, we're just using effects. Now, kind of further over to the right here as well, you'll hear this, which I am actually not sure what it is.
Nowhere to go.
Okay, so this is now when we start to play with the harmonies. Just going to actually play them all together so you can hear. So this is all the kind of little bits at the bottom.
Nowhere to go.
Right, so hearing that, if we go back to, we were played on Friday night on BBC Scotland, in which the line of the night definitely was, if you're ready to get vocoder'd out your nut. I'm sorry to break it to you. I know I'm breaking the illusion here, but this is not. It's not a vocoder, but it is multiple stems with the intent to make it sound like a vocoder. So I'm going to play all the harmonies together, including mine. Then we'll bring in Chris's main vocals after it, so you can hear the kind of the full whack of it.
Nowhere to go, you and I.
Here is the full thump of the vocals. This is all of it together, and maybe you'll get a bit more of a feeling of this very wide a vocoder effect that BBC introducing we're talking about. So here we go.
Nowhere to go, your mind's in trouble. Don't you think so? Cause you're too scared of being alone. No need to lie, you're in denial, think you need a second, let's work this out, just you and I. Nowhere to
And
go,
we'll start bringing in parts of the track.
Don't you think so? Cause you're too scared of being alone. Your mind's in trouble. Don't you think so? Cause you're too scared of being alone. No need to lie, you're in denial, think you need a second, let's work this out, just you and I.
And after some messing about with mastering and whatever, that's how You and I was created. So I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been really fun actually to just sit here and talk about the production side of stuff. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Craig. You and I each Confide. Hope you love it. Hope you enjoy it. See you all very soon.
Nowhere to